Hello, everybody. This is Kevin. This is the Operation Smooth podcast. I've been a New York Jets fan since 1982. And tonight in this video, I'm going to give you my honest thoughts on this past Sunday's New York Jets versus Jacksonville Jaguars game. And let's keep it a buck. It was an ass whooping. It was a straight up ass whooping that the Jacksonville Jaguars gave us, 48-20. And I'll be honest, I got all kinds of PTSD from watching that game. And the reason I say that is if you've watched some of my earlier videos on this channel, in 1996, way back in the day, I was in the United States Navy at that time, and I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida. That 1996 season was Jacksonville's second year in existence. That year, they made it to the AFC Championship game where they lost to the New England Patriots. And that year, the New York Jets under Rich Kotite, they went 1-15 back when it was a 16 game regular season. So you could imagine all the hell that I got back then. This game last Sunday was reminiscent of that 1996 season, but thankfully I do not live in Jacksonville, Florida anymore. Otherwise, because of that beatdown the Jets took on Sunday, I probably would have had to have moved from there. Uh, what can I say? It was humiliating on every level. It was what, 14 nothing pretty much after the national anthem was played. Now, I will say this, the Jets did manage a very nice drive in order to make it 14-7. Brady Cook, props to him. They were able to get down the field and make it 14-7. But any hopes of winning that game were dashed really quick. Uh, Trevor Lawrence Trevor Lawrence looked like the number one pick that we were tanking for back in 2020. His best game as a pro, 20 of 32, five touchdown passes. Travis Etienne, my goodness, three receptions, three touchdowns, and that New York Jets defense. That's what I'm really going to focus on. Not the offense too much. They were down 21-7. They pretty much had to throw the ball the rest of the game, despite the later touchdown by Isaiah Davis, which was a pretty nice run, but whatever. That defense, good gosh, that defense is horrible. This current defense is honestly, it's almost as bad as the 1996 defense. After the game, yesterday, excuse me, Aaron Glenn decided to fire Steve Wilkes. Steve Wilkes, I have no hate towards the man. I wish him well in the future. I know that with all the wealth of experience that he has had as a defensive coordinator in other locations, he will land on his feet, and I'm sure he'll get another opportunity somewhere with the New York Jets. Let's be honest, it was the wrong fit. Unfortunately, it took as long as it did for Aaron Glenn to realize that, but I mean, it is what it is, and it's all and dusted now. So again, look, I wish Steve Wilkes nothing but the best, but it was time to go. This is probably going to be one of the shorter videos that I do as far as my thoughts on any particular game because there's really not much to say. Uh, the defense is just the defense is just defenseless. It's a good thing that this defense is not defending the United States. Otherwise, this country would have gotten invaded by now with the way this Jets defense plays. I mean, Harrison Phillips is all right, but he's not a star. Jawan Briggs has been a revelation, a very good finding under Darren Muji. I think Jawan Briggs has probably been the best acquisition this season by Darren Muji, and I know we've been praising A.D. Mitchell and John Mechie, but again, I think Jawan Briggs has been the star acquisition so far in the Darren Muji era. But other than that, we need to have a conversation about Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald, the edge rushers. I'm willing to give Jermaine Johnson a little bit of grace because he is coming back off of that Achilles tear in the 2024 season. So, he's still kind of getting back on track. Maybe next season he should be at 100%. He's not at 100% at this point. So we'll kind of give him a little bit of a pass. But, Will McDonald, let's keep it real. Outside of that four sack game against Cleveland, what has Will McDonald done? So you've got a situation where you've got a defensive line that cannot get to the quarterback, or they cannot get to the quarterback in time. Then you've got the linebackers. Jamie and Sherwood gone. He has got to go after this year. Okay. This man cannot cover. He can't cover a wide receiver. He cannot cover tight ends. He cannot, dude, you could put a left guard at tight end and he would burn Jamie and Sherwood. Okay. Quincy Williams, he's gone too. At least in the run game, he's good, but in the passing game, good God, he's getting burned here, there, and everywhere. Tony Adams, he's got to go at safety. At strong safety, we're not that good. I am excited about Malachi Moore. I think Malachi Moore is going to be a stud. He is a rookie, so he's going to make rookie mistakes. Quite frankly, I knew the Jets were in trouble this weekend because AZ Thomas has been put on IR. He's done for the season. I really hope that this is not something that continues to happen with AZ Thomas. I think he was a very good pick out of Florida State in the third round this season, but hopefully this injury plagued rookie season is not an indication of how the rest of his career is going to play out. Because if he obviously if he continues getting hurt, you're looking at another possibly Elijah Vera Tucker situation. And I certainly hope that that does not happen because a lot AZ Thomas looks like he's a baller. Brandon Stevens, I guess we're stuck with him for another 2 years. But I think in this game, I'm going to lay off the secondary a little bit. But this defensive line, they cannot stop the run. They cannot get to the quarterback. Then you got the linebackers. They can't stop, like Bart Scott said many years ago about the Patriots defense. This defense cannot stop a nosebleed. Now you're starting to hear that the players were frustrated with Steve Wilkes and his system. Well, now Steve Wilkes is gone. The Jets, who are they playing? The Saints, I believe, this weekend. The uh, Possibly the Fernando Mendoza Bowl. So we'll see with I think it's Chris Harris, who is now the interim defensive coordinator. I believe he is one of the defensive back coaches. So, I'm not all that excited about, what he can do. Let's see if maybe that lights a fire under this team's behind, but it's too late now. There's only 3 games left in the season. So obviously we are looking forward to this year's NFL draft in 2026. I'm going to keep it real. I think the Jets need to forget about trying to get Fernando Mendoza. You can get Fernando Mendoza, but you still need edge rushers because the edge rushers that we have now, I'm sorry, they're not very good. Maybe next season, move Will McDonald to linebacker if he can cover anybody, if he can cover a tight end, if he can cover a wide receiver or a slot receiver. But we need at least 2 edge rushers. I'm just going to keep it real, at least 2. And then we need a completely new linebacking core. Now, I'm kind of hear about Kiko McGaw, the rookie out of Miami. He's showing some promise. Hopefully, in the last 3 games, he can step it up. I don't think he played last week. So hopefully he doesn't have the same injury bug that AZ Thomas has been having this season. And so Jamie and Sherwood and Quincy Williams will be gone, like I said. So that's what the Jets need to concentrate on in the draft. With 2 first-round picks this year and 2 second-round picks, I think just forget trying to get Fernando Mendoza because you can get him, but then you've still got those holes that I mentioned in the defense. How are you going to fill those? Mhm. So The offense, I mean, there is encouraging signs. I think the offensive line is good to go. Um, Myers got that 2-year contract extension. I understand that he's not Nick Mangold. Rest in peace. I understand that he's not Kevin Mawae, but Josh Myers is adequate. You've got Josh Titman set up for right guard in years to come. You've got the two bookend tackles, Ola Fashanu on the left, Armand Membu on the right. Yeah, he's making his rookie mistakes, but overall, I think he's going to be a fantastic right tackle. So the offensive line is good to go. You may bring back John Simpson next year. I don't think they should. I think they should draft a left guard maybe in the third, fourth round, or maybe sign a free agent with all the cap money that they have. You've got Garrett Wilson. I think they should shut him down for the year. There's no point in playing him. You've got Garrett Wilson, AD Mitchell. I hope he'll be back next year. I think he's done good enough. John Mechie should be back next year as well, in my opinion. And then maybe you can draft a wide receiver with one of those four aforementioned picks. You obviously you keep Brees Hall, Braylon Allen. I know they got to. I think they should shut him down for the year as well. Uh, so you've got some promise at the running back position for next season. Isaiah Davis. I don't think he should stick around. So I don't think the offense is in that bad of a shape. I know that Jets fans, we have obsessed with a franchise quarterback, which is understandable, but this defense it's god awful. It is god awful. And that's really what the Jets need to focus on. That the defense can't stop a run, they can't stop the run, they can't stop the pass, they can't stop anything. So you're looking at a completely new defense for next year. So this week we've got the Saints in the Fernando Mendoza Bowl. Like I said, I don't know why I torture myself at this point watching this team, but I've been a fan for over 40 years. So let's see if in 2026 there's some improvement and then hopefully make a big leap in 2027. I was hoping for a big leap this year. Uh, Not going to happen. Aaron Glenn will be back next season. I think if the Jets don't really improve come this time next year, he'll be on the hot seat. I think he's going to get some grace because it is his first year. And also, let's keep it real. Part of the reason why he's going to get some grace is because he is a former Jets player and he is one of the all-time New York Jets players. And he is one of the greatest Jets players of all time. If I were to build an all-time Jets defense, Aaron Glenn would be on one side, Darrelle Revis would be on the other side. Of course, in the offseason, they've got to look at who's going to be the new defensive coordinator. One of the names that's been thrown out there is Jim Leonard, who is working with the Denver Broncos, a member of those 2009, 2010 teams. Just from things I've been hearing, I think he would be a perfect fit. So let's see what happens with that. But again, this has been the Operation Smooth podcast. And those are my honest thoughts on the New York Jets versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I am out.